But we begin tonight with the concerning conditions inside Wayne County's new $670 million criminal justice facility. Thank you so much for joining us for 7 News Detroit at 6. I'm Carolyn Clifford.
And I'm Mike Duffy. The building was touted as state-of-the-art. When the facility first opened earlier this month, we told you about the parking concerns that people had. But now, 2 weeks later, more problems are mounting inside the jail.
Deputies complain they did not get enough training. Inmates are causing floods and getting into fights. And a recent suicide attempt has officials trying to understand what went wrong.
Tonight, 7 investigator Ross Jones is digging into the concerning conditions developing inside the jail.
Who doesn't want to work in a state-of-the-art facility, somewhere brand new?
No doubt, Wayne County's new jail, housed inside the gleaming criminal justice complex, is a big step up from the dilapidated facilities it replaced. But so far, the jail's first 2 weeks of operations have been anything but smooth sailing.
We were told that all of the things and issues that we had at the previous jails would not be an issue in the new facility. That has not been the case.
Alan Cox is the president of the Wayne County Deputy Sheriff's Association, who says deputies received minimal or no training in how to operate the new jail, and it's showing. Deputies are now contending with angry inmates, upset over malfunctioning equipment that makes it harder to reach family or lawyers.
I've been hearing from almost every client there's communication issues in terms of not being able to communicate to the outside world.
And as a result, there have been fights and floods in protest.
Inmates are breaking their sprinkler heads. If your inmates inside your pod or ward are not happy, you're going to have a rough shift. It's going to be a rough 8 to 16 hours.
Attorneys complain it's been hard to even meet with their clients. Where the old jail had 25 booths set up to meet about their cases, now there are only 5. Meetings that happen in just 15 minutes now can take hours.
I mean, whose idea was that? How is that going to make anybody's job easier or anybody's access to their client easier?
The jail's most urgent problem came Tuesday night, when an inmate facing a homicide charge was able to hang himself inside his cell. The jail was built with suicide-resistant measures to try to make self-harm more difficult. Tonight, that inmate is in critical condition. And while it's not known how quickly deputies discovered him, sources tell us he'd been placed on suicide precautions at least twice after multiple attempts or threats of suicide, but was later cleared. Most recently, he put in a request for mental health treatment on September 8th, then met with a nurse on the 9th. It's not clear what came of the meeting, but he was not on suicide precautions the next day when he tried to take his life.
If you said that it couldn't happen and that there were preemptive measures to ensure it not happening, then we need to go back and analyze what did transpire, how it transpired.
Of course, all these problems are made even worse by the chronic understaffing inside the jail. Most recent figures say the jail is 344 deputies short. We did ask Sheriff Raphael Washington's office for comment on all these problems. Instead, his spokesman referred to us a statement issued by County Executive Warren Evans last week that said officials are working on addressing kinks in the system, and certainly there are many right now.
These sound like some major issues that they need to iron out.
I mean, some bigger than others, but right now you can't hit pause on a jail. You know, everybody's learning as this plane is being flown and doing their best, but it's, 1,400 inmates, a lot of deputies. They need more deputies than they have.
Yeah, they're 344 short.
Yeah.
And no matter how nice it looks, those problems persist.
Exactly.
All right, Ross, thank you.